know. That's
Hello, Boyd.
howdy.
Are we live?
We are, believe we are, and
Oh, nice.
all right. Sideways for some reason. That's weird. All right. That sounds cancer.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it is. I just need to make sure that that sound that's in the 3 stops. Give me a second. Well, how you been, Morecraft? There it is again. All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right. There we go. Okay. This is rough. First time. This is what happens when you don't live stream and I'm off. Having a tougher time than setting up this camera than Hayward is controls right now. Tell you. All right, Mr. Morecraft. I think we're ready now. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. We're live. So whenever you want to start, we can.
Oh, I'm ready. Whenever you are.
Let's maybe see if I can see who's out here. All right. So let's talk a little bit about. Well, first of all, I am Austin Boyd. I am very excited to be back. For talks for the first time in a while. So let's get started. Let's see. Go. There we go. All right. So, Mr. Morecraft, I'll start with you. How do you? How's the term going for you so far?
It's going very well. It's been very interesting watching this presidential race going on, but things have been going pretty well for me.
Okay. What about so far for you? As far as so far this term, we've had a lot going on, obviously, but
Yeah.
yes, my biggest question to you is, what accomplishment have you done as far as whether it be legislation or anything that you've gotten completed that you want to share with us so far this term.
Well, so far this term, I've mostly been working on, the Teapon history page and their website, and getting more like information, uh, easier access to members. I did more legislative stuff last term, where I passed like the most bills that I've ever done in any other term that have got signed into law. So, I mean, this term is still pretty early for me. I usually do most of my work in the end of the like each term.
That seems to be the case when the most issues show up. So looking at the the presidency has changed, which is somewhat unexpected, I think. Um, I guess what are your thoughts about President Trent leaving us?
I was sad to see him resign so early into the term. I thought he would have lasted a lot longer than he did. Um, I thought he was pretty good for the short amount of time that he was president.
What about, do you think, because I feel like that McCarthy leaving hurt, I think, Est in the election. Do you think this hurts Democrats in the election?
I think it's hard to say. Many people um, have different opinions about McCarthy. Like, I guess you could say that it hurt EST, but it also like helped him in sort of a way because McCarthy is pretty unpopular with some people within the Republican Party, and I think that helped EST a little bit.
I think one of the biggest questions of last term was, especially during that election, was if McCarthy had stayed, would Est have won? Would it have been even in the ballpark for him? Um,
Would he have won? It it's really hard to say. I think it still would have been close either way.
because I think to me, I think that he was so, for some reason at the end of the term he was very unpopular in the party, toward that a lot
Yeah.
of vote for Trent, and it's just a shame to hear that, but that's just how it goes. And
I think EST did really bad with outreach and getting the new people that joined to vote for him. Trent did very well with them, um,
yeah,
and with the States' Rights Party.
and that seems to be the biggest, even though the states' rights is kind of losing its grip right now. But
Yes,
I think getting new members seems to be, I think, one of the keys to winning an election in Teapot nowadays. And I think we're growing in such big numbers. There's at least 2 or 3 people I see a day almost joining. So I think we're growing rapidly. I think it's contributing to the way the elections are going. So here's something, talking about the election, obviously, we can move on to that. Me and you are both in the Goldberg camp. I'm sure people know that by now.
Mhm.
So, as unbiased as we can, what are your opinions on the election so
I think it's very different than what we've seen in the past. Um, Goldberg is sort of a new candidate, in my opinion. People will say that he's the majority leader, he's establishment and everything, but I think he's pretty much an outsider in some respects. Um, so it's definitely different. And I'm not claiming anybody else is like establishment or an insider or anything. I'm just saying like he's pretty new to the you know to the field and stuff. So it'll be interesting.
far? I think looking at the election, to me, I think my opinion on it is the Democrats. it was pretty clear they wanted to be their nominee, and that happened. I
Hmm.
think on our side, it's starting to kind of be that way as far as I think it's to me looking at the Democrat side. It was a similar situation where there was one that was kind of new, and there was one that was, um, you know, that has, that wasn't that new factor that you had, uh,
Hmm.
and the not so new candidate, in my opinion, I think won, um, and that's good for her, him, whatever's Myers now, and and I definitely wish them good luck. But I think over on the Republican side, I think it's very clear how it's going. Um, Here's a question: how long do you think the primary lasts?
I would give it another week or so. Goldberg, and this is from an unbiased perspective, he is in a very safe spot right now, winning lots of key states, and he's been making gains over the past few days more than Hayward is. Hayward, if he wants to win, he has to do amazing these next couple days in the primary, and I don't see that possible looking at the current map. I think
Well,
we're ending soon.
I think we're in for something. I think the general is shaping up to be something interesting. If it was to come down to Goldberg Meyer, who Meyer is making his vice presidency announcement tonight. Apparently, I think he might have already done it. I didn't catch it though. I'll look at that in a second. But I think it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a very, I believe, what could be a peaceful, somewhat non-volatile campaign, and it's going to turn into, to me, probably a pretty close race because I think both were very popular on both sides and both their parties. Um, I think there's a overall message of unity in each primary, so that helps. I think Landolph is actually apparently he threw his hat in, which is apparently gaining a little bit of momentum. Um,
Yeah.
I think that probably ends up hurting Democrats in the long run, just because of how his views are. We know how he is. So I hope that Democrats don't. I don't know. Maybe they will hurt themselves. Maybe they will. Maybe he will grab some of those people from that side. You know, this primary has just been interesting. I mean, you have so many people throw their hats in, and it's come down to two. And I think what hurt Hayward is that in for to me from the way it was really looking was
Yeah.
Capone dropped. I feel like Goldberg had kind of pretty much became the nominee then. And I think he already had so much momentum that he were coming in. I think he's already I think he already came in at such a disadvantage that it may be hard to recover from, and it may be almost impossible. But I could be wrong. These primaries next week could go the opposite way completely. But I think after the first week of primaries, I think we'll probably see um, some things out of the Hayward camp, and we'll see where it goes. All right, so looking forward to the future, Mr. Morecraft.
Yeah.
Um, what are your plans coming up? I know that you were talking about retirement last term around this time. Is that still the plan?
Well, yeah, sort of. I'm starting to begin the phases of retirement. I'm cutting back. I plan to cut back um, late this term into next, and eventually go into retirement, maybe in 72. Um, I don't think I'll run for re-election to the Senate. Um, if anything, I'll probably go to a lower level, probably like a governor or a cabinet position, hopefully. That's really my future plans at the moment.
I feel like you've had quite a career in Teapot for sure. And I think a lot of our generation, I thought about that a few weeks ago. I was thinking it's like our generation's about to get going, you know, and
Yeah.
we're gonna pass the torch, I think, to um, something that's grown tremendously. I mean, you look back 2 years ago, Morecraft,
Yeah.
and it's just pretty wow. It's wow. We have certainly done something here, and we're going strong. And I think us veterans, I think we're in a good position because we can look back and us as veterans, especially knowing how much this team has gone through, and for it to still be going strong, this long, I think it's something to admire. I think it's something that you have to, just hope in the future that the young guys don't mess it up. Maybe
Yeah.
so. We'll see. I think I'm gonna end up being probably closing my career pretty soon myself. My overall kind of idea is that I probably won't leave Teapot completely. I'll probably try and
Definitely.
just be in retirement and not hold any positions, but be probably an advisor to some people, kind of dip in every now and then. That's kind of how I'm probably gonna do things. I feel like it's kind of how a lot of people are doing things. Um, so I probably won't delete my account. I'm gonna keep Leonardo DiCaprio. So anybody that wants him, I'm sorry,
Well,
I
a,
keep him.
a lot
But
of people from our generation are getting ready to retire. I mean, if you look at Kirch, he has been in the Senate for uh, probably a real life year now, and he recently announced he's like stepping back. I was surprised.
I saw that too. I was very surprised by that myself, and I think it's something. It's
Yeah.
no, I mean a lot of us are going to college and going off to do other stuff, and
Yeah.
so it's like all right, you have to kind of prioritize. I think life and T-Pon is probably not a priority for a lot of people. Um,
Mm.
it's certainly been fun. It shows how much free time we all have and have had, and so here we are, and it's good to reminisce. I think
It is.
about everything I've done, and well, not just me, but everything we've all done. But it's something. So uh, I think that might just about be it, unless there's anything else you want to discuss, Mr. Morecraft.
Hmm. No, no,
Okay.
I'm pretty much done
Okay.
that topic.
Well, with that said, I will be heading off, people. And next time we're gonna try and I'm gonna try to get a presidential candidate on. I want to see if I can do. I might try to get Mario on because of
Yeah.
being done. That might be good to talk with her and try to get him and try to get an idea of what they are thinking over there in the Democratic camp. See what is happening, what's their game plan a little bit, and maybe see, you know, hear a little word from the possible
Hmm.
president Teapon. So we'll see.
That sounds
I
great.
look forward to it. And Mr. Morecraft, I thank you for coming on with me. Kind
Thank you for having me on.
of back for the first time in over a month now. So I will see you all later. And until next time, this has been Boyd Talks with Mr. Austin Boyd. And I will see you guys next time.